Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and to the 11th instalment of my Christmas series, which has had a new episode every day up until Christmas Eve, which is in fact tomorrow. So if you have missed the previous 10 episodes, then please do go back and watch them. There are some great stories in there. So if you've enjoyed this one, you will thoroughly enjoy those ones too. And of course, just take a minute to subscribe just so you don't miss the final episode tomorrow. With that being said, let's get into today's story, The Dark and Terrifying Krampus. So everyone is familiar with Santa, the saintly figure who represents all the light and the happy side of the Christmas holidays. He's like every child's dream of a Christmas is based around Santa. So Krampus is like the exact opposite of Santa. He's quite a dark character and has had this dark persona his entire existence. So let's take a little look into his roots first. Krampus derives from a centuries-old Alpine Christmas tradition, which was always on the 5th of December. Saint Nicholas would deliver the presents to all the good children of Austria and Germany, whilst Krampus would travel with Saint Nick, and when they came across a child that had not been so great, it would be Krampus's turn. Krampus would give the child a good beating with his birch sticks. But for really naughty children, he would literally take them to his lair, which was in hell. So Krampus was definitely anti-Santa, but I don't think he always started off that way. I think that Krampus has much older roots, which go much further back into more, pagan side of life before Christianity ever became a thing in like the Alpine area. The actual origins of Krampus are like extraordinarily sketchy. It's very difficult to find anything on him before like the time of Saint Nicholas. But from what I could find, he started his tale as the son of a Norse god, Hel, actually, the ruler of the underground, and he, remained as this person, this god or son of a god, right up until Christianity made its way into Europe. And as with all folklore tales, the Christian Church had a habit of melding these cultures and customs into their own church as to not segregate certain communities. So they didn't want to isolate the pagan traditions, which would have put people off of converting into Christianity. So I've got a feeling that Krampus kind of made that journey from being a Norse god to the anti-Santa through that merger then. Krampus has some pretty cool parades and festivities devoted to him on the 5th of December. There is a thing called Krampusnacht, which I think translates to Krampus Night, which is basically where hundreds of German and Austrian men and women come out en masse dressed as the fairy demon and terrorise the streets of their own towns and villages, which in my opinion sounds absolutely awesome, and I would love to go and see it. Fingers crossed one day I will. But yeah, all these men and women come out as Krampus. Some women dress up as Frau Perkter. And after they've had a few drinks, they come out and they chase down the spectators and they scare them. It just looks like a lot of fun. I don't know necessarily if it's kid friendly. It doesn't sound that kid friendly. But yeah, there have been a few cases in the news over previous years where a few Krampuses have got themselves arrested. So it does sound like a fun adult activity, not so much a family one. Krampus over sort of modern day has blown out of proportion. He has literally become a very, very big part of most societies, whereas he used to have his origins that sat mostly in Austria and Germany. You can now find Krampusnachts happening in America. Krampus has literally spread across the world. He has become a very popular figure, and I think half of it is down to like a huge slew of popular Krampus films. Even the Krampus that I have made for you today on the screen is based off of the 2015 Krampus film because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And in fact, it was probably one of the things that brought Krampus to my attention. As a British person, Krampus wasn't really a part of my culture. So, with all these big films and stuff like that coming out, Krampus has actually made it into the worldwide headlines. And so, all up for his popularity. I think he's an amazing character, and I am glad that he has made it out into the world again so that he can continue scaring the children of the world for many, many years to come. And with the last few touches of paint, that is my Krampus done and the 11th video done. Please do come back tomorrow and join me for the final tale. Tomorrow I am bringing you home, to my home, and I am going to give you an English folklore tale. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening, and I will see you later, guys. Bye!